What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Rail. So in today's video, I want to go over this gun Trey Flex Strong mini scheme part 2. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So if you guys missed gun Trey Flex Strong part 1, please make sure you go check that out on my offensive playbook, and I'll probably put a little card up somewhere here in a little bit to where you can click on it and check out part 1, because honestly, make sure you watch part 1 before you watch part 2. So in part 2, we're gonna be going over 2 plays that I really love, and those 2 plays is gonna be double spot, and also we're gonna be going over this PA slot cross. So just using these 2 plays, honestly, you'll be able to dominate. And also at the end of the video, I'm gonna put about, I believe it's a minute and 30 seconds, I'm put highlights of a game that I played using this scheme, so you guys will be able to see exactly how these setups fare in actual online games. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it. So as far as personnel goes, honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. But one thing I will say, I like having my fastest receiver right here, and I like having my best receiver right here. That's just how personally I like to do it, and you'll see why exactly here in a little bit. But that's pretty much it for personnel. Now, one thing I do want to do is actually instead of Taylor Heineke, I want to put in Ryan Fitzpatrick, just because his throw power is a little bit higher, and I'm big on throw power, and also Gibson is a faster running back. So this is exactly how I would do it right here. Logan Thomas is fine right there. So the first play I do want to come out in is going to be this double spot. Now for defense, what you'll see more than likely is some type of dollar look when you come out in a trips formation if you're on current gen. Now next gen, it can be a little different. You know, you might get other defenses, but in a sense, the schemes and the setups I'm giving you are going to work regardless, just because of the route combos that we're putting together. So you can see here, we do have 2 good safeties that are in at the linebacker positions who are fast. We also have 2 good slot corners, and of course we have nothing but speed on the outside. So this is why I use the Packers, because they are really good at just showing you guys, you know, the toughest defense you'll face. Honestly, if you guys are playing regs or mutt, it'll give you similar, you know. Anyways, let's go ahead and start in cover 3. So I'm going to back the ball up, but when you run this offense, you always want to make sure your 3 receivers are to the wide side of the field. Again, when you run this offense, you want to make sure your 3 receivers are to the wide side of the field. Now, there's actually 2 setups that I really love out of this. So the first one is going to be versus, well, both of these are going to be pretty much versus zone. So anytime you're facing any type of zone coverage, I love to come to this double spot setup, and both of these setups will work perfectly versus zone coverage. So for the first setup, you want to take X, put him on a hitch. You want to take square, you want to go ahead and put him on a streak, and then you want to go ahead and take circle and motion him across. So basically what's going to happen here is that we're going to have just a two-way read between us and the user. So you can tell circle is going to get wide open if you just don't get a throw out of sack, which is normally why I spot some guys, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'll be able to go on replay really quick and just show you guys why I like this. So essentially, we're going to make sure the user is wrong no matter what, and we're going to make sure that they have to zone drop to stop this kind of concept. So this spot route is normally going to be really good at pulling down any hook curls or vertical hooks. So if your opponent's user in this hook curl, now what he's going to have to decide is, do I want to cover this route, or do I want to go guard this route? Now this motion over this corner route turned into a motion over post route is really good, because it's going to get over the top of every single non-zone drop in the game. So that's going to allow us to always have this throw over here. So we're already making the user have to choose between these 2 routes, right? Now let's take a look at this other side. So what you notice on this hook curl is that he has to make a decision right now, right? So he has to decide, do I want to run with this route, or do I want to come guard this route? Now more than likely he's actually going to run with this route. Now if they're doing this kind of concept where the purple is playing like a stock, then he actually will come right here. But if you want to give yourself a double-sided read, what you can do is you can take X, still put him on a curl route. Now you can take your running back, you can put him on a swing route, but to the opposite side of the field. And what you're going to notice have happen is that this route is actually now going to be able to get open versus cover 3, just because now we're having something out there to widen out that purple. So this is actually definitely another concept you can use. So basically, I'm gonna throw this ball out, but you can tell circle is going to get wide open. So if they're playing heavy, like, you know, cover 3, cover 4 drop style defenses, I'll actually come to this setup right here. And the reason that this setup is good is because what's going to happen now is that this out route, well, this swing route, excuse me, is going to widen out this purple. So this is the hook curl. So what I was trying to explain to you, that I'll use this setup basically if he's using this hook curl, right? Because he has to make a decision right now. Do I want to stay with my hitch, or do I want to go guard this route? So no matter what he chooses, you can tell he's going to be wrong no matter what. Now let's take a look at this side, right? So it's pretty much the same concept, right? So if this is the user on the hook curl, then guess what happens? He has to make a decision. Do I want to stay here on the hitch, or do I want to go up here and guard this route? Now, normally, what's going to happen most of the time is that they're actually going to stay on this hitch just because they know they won't have enough time to make it up top, and that's how you can actually make that 1-2 read. So I love this setup just because it's simple reads, and it all depends on what side of the field the user's on. And as you guys know, if you guys know my channel, I'm big on triangle coverage, well, triangle schemes basically. So you tell we can kind of connect the dots right here and have like a triangle. You see that? Anytime you have like a triangle type of setup, it's going to be really fire, I promise you, because there's going to be no way the user can actually guard all three of those, which is why I said, you know, it's just simple reads at that point. So let's show you cover 2, just so you guys can see what it looks like. Now I'm actually going to spy these two right here, just because I never have time to cover 2. And also what I'm gonna do is back off that corner, because I want to show you guys not press, because more than likely your opponent's gonna be using some style of zone drop, more than likely. So I'll show you this, guys. I'll show you guys this setup first. So basically you want to wait till he gets to about the numbers, go and snap the ball, and what you're going to realize too is that X can be open, and also circle. The reason that that mid-read matches just because of route concept, but that's fine, because normally that's going to be your best receiver running that route. Remember how I told you guys for personnel, I like having my best receiver right here in this position. Now there's no way in the world your best receiver should get you know, completely bagged by a mid-read linebacker, no matter what's going on. I don't care who it is. If this is your best receiver, even in mud, you know, should never be able to cover that, honestly, even if they have some type of mid-read zone on them. Normally that doesn't matter. Now if it does, then I'll show you guys a cover 2 beater here real quick. But normally this will always get open, and also this right here will also get open. So if your opponent's using this vertical hook, he's gonna have to make a choice. Normally they're gonna cover this, and that's when I'm going to go to this read up top. And also you always have the ability to playmaker too as well. And also you can actually dump this ball right here if you're just that worried about it. But that's kind of how I love to do it versus cover 2. And don't worry, I'll show you guys a cover 2 beater. If they're not deep, if they're not putting their linebacker in the middle third, so if they're not playing this style of defense right here, we're gonna have a 1-play touchdown. If they're not playing this style, so if they're playing this style of defense, we'll have a 1-play touchdown, which I'll show you guys in a second. But I just want to show you this route concept versus this style of cover 2 to show you why I like it, because your opponent's gonna have to play this style of cover 2 if they want to not get 1-play touchdown. And like I said, I'll show you that here in a bit. But X, you can tell, get open, and basically what's going to happen is that nobody's going to be responsible for circle, because that middle third is ever going to play that route. So we're always going to have a 2-way read. Just wanted to make sure I really did emphasize that. Now cover 4 drop is the next thing I want to talk about, and after that I'll show you the 1-play touchdown, then we'll go ahead and move on. So, well, to the other setup I want to give you guys. So X on the hitch, take square, put him on a streak. We're gonna go ahead and motion that guy across, and it's gonna be the same thing as cover 3. So if you want to get X wide open, you want to make sure you put R1 on the swing route to that side of the field. But I mean, you just can't ask to get any more wide open than that, right? And it's literally the same exact concept. So I'm not gonna go into replay about it. It's literally the same thing as cover 3, same read progress. So if you want to get that, if you wanted to get that hitch open, you would just run a setup like this. Take square, put them on streak, of course, and then we're going to motion them across, and you'll realize that our hitch is going to get open. Now, second setup I want to give you, because I'm not going to talk about man coverage until we talk about the next play. So next setup I want to give you is actually a spacing concept. So for this, we're going to take X, put them on a hitch. You want to take your running back, put them on a swing route to that tight end side. Now from here, you want to take square, put them on out route. Now if it's like 1st and 10, I love smart running my out routes because they actually work a lot better in my opinion. Now here you want to take triangle, put them on a hitch, take circle, put them on a curl route just like this. And now we have a really great spacing concept. And basically you're just going to make a read. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw the ball out so I can just quickly talk about the reads. You guys see them clear as day. Now, one thing I will say, when you play online, this is pretty much never going to happen, this right here. So notice how he kind of bumps him and, you know, just do this. Now, if that does happen, just throw the out route, you know, because, I mean, that's going to be an easy throw on the sideline. But I'm just telling you that that's never going to happen. This guy is just pretty much always going to go out here. So normally you're always going to have this open. So normally this is always going to be my first read. Now, depending on what the user's doing, you can have this too. So that's where you want to make that kind of combo read at. But normally this hitch is going to be where you want to throw the ball versus any cover 3 or cover 4 style defenses. Now on this side, it's the same exact thing. This hook curl is not going to go guard anything basically, and so we're going to have this hitch wide open. Now if you wait too late, he actually will kind of you know, glitch back over there. But I mean, this is easy, you know, quick read right here, quick read right here, even if you wanted to, or you got another quick read right here. So you can tell we have 3 players that are just, you know, going to be basically wide open. So you should never get lurked by the user. It's always going to be a boom boom play, especially if they're trying to zone blitz you. That's where I really love that concept at. So next thing I want to talk about is cover 2. Now I'm not going to spy anybody just so we can have enough time, and I still got to show you guys a 1-play touchdown. Don't let me forget that. So take X, put him on the hitch, R1 on the swing route, circle on the circle on the curl, triangle on the hitch route. take square, put them on the out route, smart route is out route. Now I'm actually going to back off square just so you can see what it looks like when nobody's getting pressed, because more than likely your opponent's going to be playing some style of zone drop. So again, you can kind of tell right here, cover 2, I really don't like this concept versus cover 2. This is good versus, now if they're cover 2 blitzing, then yes, I love this concept. But if they're playing a stop cover 2, this is not, because vertical hooks do a great job of actually sitting on most of these route concepts. So you can tell the vertical hook right here, he's going to sit on this hitch. This vertical hook is going to sit on this hitch route. Of course, a cover 2 corner, you know, that's never a good read to make an out route read between. In the mid read, you can normally have this because they're going to stay behind him. So normally you can lowball that unless they have some type of acrobat or like some type of zone KO or something like that. Then they'll make a play on that. But in theory, this is not a good cover 2 play. This is just a lot better other concepts. This is good versus cover 2 blitzes, cover 3s, cover 4s, and that's pretty much it. You know, so if they're zone blitzing you a lot, I would go to this concept. If they're not, I would not use this concept unless they're playing a cover 3 or a cover 4 style defense. So take X, put them on the hitch, R1 on the swing route, circle on the curl, triangle on the hitch, square on the out route, and I like to smart route my out route. So again, we're going against cover 4 drop, and actually I'll blitz that guy. I should have enough time to make a read on that. So just so you guys, it's the same thing. Cover 3, you can tell X is gonna get open, and this time we also have circle and we also have the hitch. So any cover 3, cover 4, drop style defenses, or some match coverages, I really love this against because it's going to do wonders. Now, quickly, next play I do want to talk about is going to be this PA slot cross. Now, I did mention to you guys that there is a cover, if they wanted to run cover 2 without a middle third, they would be able to bomb it, and I want to show you that right now. So let me go and spy these guys so I can have a tiny bit of time in the pocket. So I already gave you guys this setup before, but I'll give it to you again in case you didn't see my video. So for this setup, you want to take X, put them on the zig route, take triangle, put them on the in route, and I like to block my running back. Now, this is not the setup I'm giving you for, you know, today's video, but I just want to show you that this setup right here will actually be cover 2 for a 1-play touchdown. So I'm gonna back off square just to simulate, you know, you getting free releases, because most people will be zone dropping in some type of fashion. So square, kind of watch square's route, and what you're gonna be able to notice is that we're gonna be able to just split that safety right there and be pretty much get a 1-play touchdown. Now it'll work that way every single time. And also the good thing about this play is that crosser route, is going to be able to just beat every single zone coverage in the game. Every single stop zone coverage in the game. You can tell this zig route is going to hold that cloud flat, and this is just an easy throw right here. I mean, there's literally nobody there, which is why I said I really love this setup, which I already gave you guys the setup before. It's just a really nice play. So anyways, you can tell that's going to get open. Now, I love that play versus any zone coverages. Now, with PA slot cross, there's a lot of ways you can run this, but in today's video, I'm going to be talking about strictly man coverage and just showing you my favorite man coverage setup, because zone coverage, I went over zone coverage a lot in my other videos. So I just want to talk about man coverage, and then after that, I'll show you guys the gameplay to kind of complement the scheme. So anyways, my favorite stock man play is actually taking X, put them on the in route. Smart route is in route, and then from here I like to take triangle, put them on a drag route. And either A, I like to just block my running back if I feel like they're going to blitz me. But if I don't believe they're going to blitz me, I'm going to take R1 and actually put them on a swing route, and I would run it just like this. So let me show you why I love this setup. So normally circle's going to get open, and also what you have noticed is that if you have a good matchup, you can actually split those safeties for a 1-play touchdown if you have a good matchup. So that's why I said with this setup, you actually want to put your fastest receiver on the outside, or you know, if you're really getting bagged and they have a really good corner out here, just swap, you know, your fastest receiver with your best receiver, because if they're pressing it a lot, that's what I would do, because normally you get a good win animation. Right here we kind of get a win, and the reason that this setup is so good is because this crosser route right here is going to widen out that safety. See how he has to widen out to play it, and also this in route is going to kind of hold this safety in the middle. Well, not the middle, excuse me. They're going to hold him to the outside, so you can tell he's just not going to be able to follow it. But by the time we let that ball go, that's the only reason he started following, because watch him. So you see how he's not following, and as soon as I let the ball go, he starts following. But by that time, it's already too late. If you have a, you know, decent receiver, a decent quarterback, you could definitely split those two safeties right there. So your user is going to have to either A, guard this in route, or B, they're going to have to guard this crosser route. And then by that time, we're already looking over the top to actually hit them for a 1-play touchdown if they give it to us. So also one thing I will mention is that this setup too will actually bomb cover 2 as well, which I'll go and show you guys that too. So let's go back to PA slot cross. But like I said, this is basically a man coverage, my favorite man coverage setup. But I do want to just show you that yes, it will bomb cover 2 as well. Even though he did get pressed right there, it's fine, and you can tell right there it's just going to be able to split the safeties. And the only reason it was even that close is because our receiver on the outside did get pressed. So even if they run a stock cover 2, you still will be able to complete this pass easily. Just wanted to show you, that he did get pressed. So you see how right here, he got pressed to the inside. And like I said, normally you won't see this in game because most people are going to zone drop. As you can tell, regardless, it's still going to be able to split those safeties. So just want to make sure I did show you that. Now, let's go back to man coverage. So what we're going to do, pinch our line. We're going to spy this guy. Now, I'm gonna call over the top, and I'm going to show you what happens if they play like a cover shell like this or something, like to try to account for that crosser. So I'm gonna show you exactly why I still like this setup right here, because no matter what, we're gonna have reads open. So let's go and take X, put them on the in route. Smart route is in route. Take triangle, put them on a drag. Take our running back, put them on a swing route. Now, if they're playing this style of defense where they have purple to take away our crosser, at this point we're gonna read between our drag and our in route, and then finally we're gonna read this post route. So that's gonna be your read concept. So normally the user's gonna be on X. Now, what's good about this play is that you want to wait for square to actually run past that safety. And now I got out of range, but I'm gonna go back and replay. So you really want a strong arm quarterback when you're doing this. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick only has, I believe, 88 throw power. So 90 plus is recommended. Now, what this is kind of demonstrating is what happens if this purple, so just pretend this purple is, at the correct depth to take this away. Now, normally the user is going to actually sit and take away this in route most of the time. So what that leaves you is anytime they sail over the top, drag routes are going to kill man coverage. And we have a pretty fast receiver here. So normally, this will be more wide open in the actual game. So normally we'll have this read that you can actually make easily because this purple will be, somewhere up here. But if the user comes and take this, of course, then we'll look for this in route. But I just wanted to show you too that you can actually have this throw. You just want to wait for him to cross the face of that inside third, and you'll be able to have all this room out here to throw this ball. But you need a strong arm quarterback. So you can tell we even scooted up in the pocket, and we still got it out of range. And like I said, you can tell, like, that time they just made a play on it, but most of the time what's going to happen is you're going to be able to outrun that defender. So again, last thing I will show you versus this is man coverage with double purples. If they play man coverage with double purples, just consider it a touchdown, honestly, because that square route, as long as that's your fastest player, he's going to be able to outrun that guy, as long as he has somewhat of a speed advantage. He doesn't need to be crazy fast or nothing. He just needs to have somewhat of a speed advantage, and you'll be able to tell. Now, Curtis Samuel does have 95 speed. Stokes has like 90 something, I forget. But because of the way the route is ran, it'll give you a chance. Now, I always recommend trying to possession catch it. That will give you the best chance to actually make a play on it. So I'll show you that throw again one more time. And you can see the other route develops. Please don't forget about these other routes, because all you're going to do is read the user and making a read based on what the user is doing. But basically, after I run it for this one time for you, I'm actually going to show you the gameplay, and then that's going to be the video. So here we go for the setup. Now, like I said, X, you always want to read that one too. But basically, you just want to throw square, try to pass lead. I like to always try to possession catch it to get a nice animation. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. This will be caught, and Samuel. Touchdown! A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds. First down, Fitzpatrick. Well, this is taken in. It's good. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Brown, right side. And Brown. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Fitzpatrick again. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And down in. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but again, it's Fitzpatrick. Completes it to Samuel. Touchdown!